President Trump's recent declaration on Fox News that he possesses the right to cut programs that Republicans never wanted is a significant statement that accelerates the ongoing political confrontation over federal spending and the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. This assertion, which follows a period of budget disputes and threats of a government shutdown, signals an aggressive strategy to implement deep spending cuts and reshape the federal government according to conservative fiscal principles. Summary and analysis. Summary. The core of Trump's statement is the claim that political opposition to specific federal programs, particularly those viewed as Democrat programs or giveaways, legitimizes their elimination, especially during budget impasses. The programs potentially targeted are broad, ranging from local infrastructure projects, such as the Gateway Tunnel, to various welfare and social programs. His reasoning suggests that the failure of Congress to agree on funding bills, which he views as a Democratic mistake, grants him the authority to make irreversible cuts that align with Republican long-held desires for a smaller government. Analysis. This is more than a budgetary threat. It is an assertion of expanded executive authority over the congressional power of the purse. By framing program cuts as a right during a budget crisis, Trump attempts to circumvent the legislative process typically required for such major policy changes. The move strategically targets programs that lack strong Republican support, using the political pressure of a potential or actual government shutdown as leverage. It forces Democratic lawmakers and the public to weigh the continuation of government funding against the survival of popular yet partisan-opposed programs. The tactic also energizes his conservative base, which advocates for shrinking the federal bureaucracy and reducing the national debt through substantial spending reductions. Reasons and consequences. Reasons for the cuts. Fiscal conservatism and ideology. The primary stated reason is the long-standing Republican goal of reducing the national debt and curbing what they term wasteful or unnecessary spending. Programs like public broadcasting, foreign aid, and certain social services are often viewed as discretionary and ripe for cuts by fiscal conservatives. Political leverage and negotiation. By threatening to eliminate programs crucial to Democratic constituencies and lawmakers, like the $20 billion project mentioned, likely the Gateway Tunnel, the administration creates significant pressure points to extract concessions in broader legislative and budgetary negotiations. Dismantling the administrative state. The cuts are part of a wider effort to reduce the size and influence of the federal bureaucracy, particularly agencies and programs associated with liberal policy goals, such as parts of the Department of Education or environmental regulations. Potential consequences. Service disruption and economic impact. Cutting major programs, especially those involving infrastructure or welfare, could lead to significant job losses, disruptions in essential public services, and slower economic activity in affected regions. The example of the Department of Education's Special Education Office layoffs highlights the impact on vulnerable populations. Constitutional conflict. The assertion of a unilateral right to cut programs without explicit congressional approval pushes the boundaries of executive power, likely leading to immediate legal challenges from Congress and affected parties. This escalates the constitutional tension over the separation of powers. Increased partisan polarization. The action would deepen the partisan divide, transforming budget negotiations from a technical process into a zero-sum political battle where the elimination of the opposition's favorite projects is a stated goal. Prediction and solutions. Prediction. If the administration moves forward with these cuts, the immediate future will be characterized by intense political and legal upheaval, lawsuits and judicial review. Expect immediate injunctions and lawsuits. The courts will be called upon to quickly determine the extent of the president's authority to impound or eliminate congressionally appropriated funds without specific legislative backing, such as the Impoundment Control Act. Congressional backlash. Democrats will mobilize to fight the cuts through both legal means and legislative maneuvers, potentially attempting to pass new, veto-proof spending bills that explicitly protect the threatened programs. Public opinion shift. Cuts to popular programs like those supporting children with disabilities or essential infrastructure could generate significant public backlash, potentially putting political pressure on moderate Republicans. Solutions: mitigation, legislative clarity, and bipartisanship. Congress must work to pass clear, long-term appropriation bills that leave no ambiguity about which programs are funded and at what levels, thereby removing the opportunity for the executive to exploit funding gaps. Bipartisan compromise is the only true way to avert the crisis. Judicial constraint. The courts will play a crucial role in reasserting the separation of powers, confirming that while a president has discretion in executing the budget, the constitutional power of the purse rests with Congress. Public advocacy and mobilization. Affected groups and the general public must clearly and forcefully communicate the importance of these programs to their respective congressional representatives to ensure that cuts to essential services become politically untenable. This external pressure can push lawmakers toward compromise. In essence, Trump's claim transforms a typical budget standoff into a fundamental debate over the future structure of the federal government and the limits of presidential authority.